Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 3rd of February 2025. So certainly taken off with the bang, that's for certain, as Trump slaps on a 25% tariff on Canada, Mexico and China on Friday. And as seems to be making the news, stocks hit dollar bid as Trump sticks with February the 1st tariffs, and he certainly has. It's just a all-out trade war now. Trump 2.0 sparks the best January for gold in a decade. Bonds bid and Bitcoin and big tech bounce. Yeah, gold made a new all-time high. And there you can see the announcement on Friday. Now you'll see the sell-off in the charts, but that's what happened there. 6:20 p.m. GMT that was when he released the news on Friday evening. Right, let's have a look at the markets and kick off with the Dow. I think the best thing to do is to start with the 30-minute chart, and you can see the sell-off here to begin with. In fact, let me just remove the lines because the market's dropped that much. It just looks a bit cluttered. So let me just remove those for a second. So the announcement on Friday evening, the tariffs announcement there, and the market dropped. And then, of course, it's just, like I say, turned into a all-out trade war over the weekend, and it's just going to get worse with threats from Canada and Mexico and China, etc. And obviously the Dow has dropped and gapped about 500 points there at the moment, but down to the S3 where it could find some support. That tends to be the area, but it'll certainly be interesting to see if it will hold this level. So in the daily chart, there's a big gap now. A gap's like to be filled. So again, once they get used to the idea, they'll probably bring it back in new all-time highs. But at the moment, we've got this big gap. We've got support to the left, though. So again, it's not only just the S3 in the 30-minute chart, but also in the daily chart there is some support at this level, tied in as well with the 20-bar moving average. And in the German DAX, don't think we had a new all-time high on Friday before the market moved lower. Let's just have a look at that. I think it was actually lower. Let's see if it will do it. It was a new all-time high on Friday for the DAX. So, yeah, coming in at 802. Not far off that. Well, we didn't get far off that 21,900. 22,000 is the level I'm looking at in this market, despite the market falling out of bed overnight. It's already come off the lows, as you can see in the 30-minute chart there. We went straight through the S3, but we're making our way back. You can see they keep coming back and testing and then moving up. There's no way the US are going to let the markets fall out of bed. That wouldn't be right, certainly for BlackRock and Co. So yeah, the gap needs filling in the 30-minute as well, and it needs to get back above the 200 level there as well. Head back towards the S3 first target on the 20-bar moving average there as well. But it all depends on how it's perceived when the market's open. It could be very, very choppy because obviously there'll be lots of meetings, lots of discussions between all of the investment bank economists on how to actually play this, how it's going to play out. So expect a choppy session when the market opens, or the cash markets open this morning. S&P 500, same thing, gapping down to that support that we saw a couple of weeks ago. And there you can see bouncing off this. I say a couple of weeks ago, it was only a week ago. 30-minute chart, again, massive gap. Market obviously trying to find support at the S3 as well, just like the Dow. In the FT 100, well, miracles do happen. This one's already charging back. And that's because obviously we're exempt from any sort of tariffs at the moment. That could change, but who knows? At the moment it's Mexico, Canada, China, and I think he's got a couple of others on the cards as well. But yeah, you can see there that obviously the market's gapping down, but the FT 100 coming back. Markets love old Reeves. Well, they must do because they keep piling the money back on, don't they? So it's bizarre to say the least. And in the 30-minute chart there, again you can see the overnight gap and the market being bought back down here at the S2 from Friday, but and also back above the S3 there. Just needs to march up a bit, and it'll soon fill what's left of the gap. As you can see there, we'll just do it this way. So that's got to fill that gap and just get back to this line, and then the market will be sorted. like I say, I don't know how it's going to play out. I've never been through trade wars in the stock market, especially one that's manipulated these days. All right, let's have a look at the US dollar. This is an interesting chart. So yeah, big gap up overnight, trying to strengthen the dollar. And this is what Trump's doing. He's trying to save the US dollar. The US dollar is worth about 1% or less than what it was worth in 1971 with regards to buying power. And what he's doing actually is going to make it even worse, because he's going to create massive inflation with these tariffs, 25%, 20%, 10%. You know, that's automatically inflationary, particularly on food goods. You know, as I said to my wife this morning, if we've got a 25% tariff on food, on imports into the UK, things like avocados that are all shipped in, then, you know, they'll be going up by 25% immediately. And then you've got the grocer's cut to go in that as well. So, yeah, it's going to be inflationary. There's no doubts about it. And the dollar's seeing that. I don't know about rates being cut. He said he wants 3 rate cuts this year and tariffs. Well, economically, that's not possible. But again, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? See if he can pull it off. But let's have a look at the effect on the metals. I have to say I was expecting more, but I forgot the fact that they would actually support the US dollar, particularly with the BRICS nations being threatened as well. So silver being hammered to the downside there, but not bad considering the jump in the US dollar. And I'm not surprised, because you've got a situation here where Mexico exports 200 million ounces of silver to the US, and that's going to have 25% on it. That's going to make it, silver has got to actually start moving up on that basis. You can see the market's reaction to the tariffs there, but now starting to make its way up, having found support down at the S2. Meanwhile, in gold, putting in a new all-time high, 28.17 on a Friday, is also being battered overnight, but it's on its way back. The uncertainty doesn't matter whether the dollar's going up. There is uncertainty that's been created by Trump's actions, global on that basis, and now we're going to see gold start to drive up towards the 3,000 level, and there you can see already coming off that S2 and around the 200 MA this morning and starting to march to the upside. So let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. So moving up, gold obviously recovering faster than silver. As you can see, silver was hammered more than silver on a percentage basis. So starting to make its way up there. It'll be interesting to see if it can actually get up to this sort of resistance area. Don't forget, they've got full control of these markets with the futures contracts. And yeah, it's certainly going to be interesting. There's some very good videos around at the moment as well. And one you should look at is Rob Keene's gold market schemes are ending, where he talks about how much gold is being taken from the Bank of England and shipped to the US. So obviously, this has been going on for a few weeks now, so there's no doubts about it that the US have seen this coming. They want the gold inside before they have to pay any sort of gold tariffs and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's why there's an 8-week delivery window now. The other thing as well, which is very interested in this video, and having traded the markets, particularly silver, from 1992, and when I was trading options on the silver markets in the US on the COMEX, the interesting thing is that with gold at the moment, every single contract that is being taken, futures contract that is, it is up for delivery. And never ever in the history of futures trading have I seen where they're taking 100% delivery. So something big's coming down the line. It's not just the trade tariffs either. There's going to be other things as well. So Trump is certainly gung-ho at the moment, and all guns blazing. I mean, there's no doubts about his arrogance and all the rest of it, and he certainly put the fox into the chicken pen as far as trade is concerned. And the impact on his coin is interesting as well, because it had a high. I mean, there you can see overnight what it's doing now. I said when they launched this coin, I said it would be a barometer of what the markets thought of him. And if you go back just 1 month, you'll see that he had that high when he launched it on the Friday following his inauguration on the Monday. We were up at $70 odd, and now, as you can see there, we've been all the way down to 16. I mean, as I said at the time, these things are an absolute joke. The Ponzi schemes. The only thing worth watching on this, like I say, is just to see what the market really thinks of Trump. So people have bailed out here. In fact, I mean, Trump and his mates were through some sort of duplicity and some clandestine way of taking their profits, would have done when it was up at the 70 level, whether it was in his wife's name or whatever, but they would have made millions out of this. It's corruption and corrupt to the core. So let's have a look at the markets from Friday, see what they were doing before the arrival of Trump's tariffs. So we opened up and we moved lower down to the DP there and the 200 MA, an area of support. And then prices test this level before moving up and bouncing off this level there. You can see how they brought it all the way back. So it was tested twice, both green inside the red. That means there's buying. And then prices up to the high. What a surprise, it stops at the high. And then we get into a range as we go into the mid-morning and wait for the US to open. Market drops in the US pre-market futures and then moves down again. As you can see there, through the DP this time. And again, but climatic volume coming in these areas before prices then come back, retest. Stuck at the 20 bar moving average, which you can see there, and then moving back to the DP and then back and sideways, and of course waiting for Trump's numbers. And I think I might have this on video when it was released. There you go, that was the start of it. That was an hour before actually. Let's just see, there you go, and that was the tariffs being released by Trump. So there you go, they must have give them a bit of a taster there and the market recovered, but that's how that unfolded during Friday, all the way from just below the high. Of course, we've been to the high in the morning within the first couple of hours, and then down to the low where the market again found support, green inside the red, and then bounced back a little there. Let's have a look overnight, see what the market's doing, and there we go. So you can see the market gapping overnight there, dropping down. That's 100, 200, 250 point gap, and currently we just do this, we can see where we're at, the market coming back there, so heading back towards the S3 at the moment. Big gap that is, but it's making its way back, so we'll just have to see how it all unfolds from 8 a.m. when the cash markets open. Okay, that's it for this one. Like I say, full-blown trade wars now. Trump isn't going to back down. He's too arrogant for that, and he'll be determined to do whatever he's going to do. As I said before, he's a dangerous man in this regard because he knows he's only got 4 years. I've heard rumours that he's trying to change the electoral process, but then I've heard that with Starmer as well, and also cancelling the local elections, or trying to find a way to do that. But we'll just have to see, won't we? Trouble is with power, that's the problem. Right, that's it. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.